audio. Anything you say? This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams and Michelangelo's Plumbing. It's February 11, 2020, and we are at 241 Concord Street, Glendale, California, 91203. That is 241 Concord Street, Glendale, California. We're performing a video sewer inspection and a waistline inspection after hydrojetting. This is a re-inspection. What we're going to do is we're going to begin by, we're going to run down the line, and this is the property out in front, and we're going to run down the line and show the condition of the sewer line out to the city sewer, and then we're going to run up the line toward the bathroom area. We're going down the ABS plastic main line clean out. We're going to zero out our monitor real quick so we're accurate on where we are. We have a 4-inch ABS plastic, two-way main line clean out, and we're going out toward the street now. We transition immediately from ABS plastic to what appears,
like a couple of people saying
it appears to be concrete piping, but it may be a vitreous clay. Just an odd color. I believe it is vitreous clay from what I can see.
Right.
Probably have 4-foot sections. Okay, we're going to continue pushing out. We got a little minor offset here, nothing major at that point. I believe most of the lateral appears to be in pretty fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. And we have an offset, I believe, or a separation right at the city sewer saddle. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint as well appears to be in fair condition. That joint is in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of an offset in this joint. You can see the top face of the pipe. You can see the face of the pipe at the top. You can see almost about an inch of the face of the pipe, and then we kind of drop down into the next piece. Got a little bit of an offset there. Not terrible, no breaks, no major root intrusions. Have an offset at this joint on the right-hand side. You can see pretty much the whole face of the pipe on the right, but not on the left. So it's shifted quite a bit. Now we're going in, and got a break right here. Got a pretty large crack. Trying to see where it goes. Difficult to tell. We can see it real clear at about the 9 o'clock area, and this is the saddle. And it looks like this portion's going around toward the 1 o'clock area. We can see the crack going all the way around. And we start getting cracks in the saddle area. It will start splitting, and once it does that, once it separates enough and splits, then it can collapse right there. But we're down into the city sewer. The line appears to be in pretty fair condition except for this one area. And from what I can see, there's not all that much water in the city sewer, not flowing through right now. And if we came out here at an optimum time, we could probably put a top hat liner in this area and cover the saddle, which will give it stability again. It's about a 3-foot section of piping that gets pressed back into the line that would cover that cracked area. Okay, So we're going to start pulling back. We look to be all right as far as the rest of the lateral. You've got this offset right there too, and that shifting where you see the entire face of the pipe on the right hand side at about the 3 o'clock area going back up to the 12 o'clock area. That shift probably caused that saddle to crack. We're going to pull back. We've looked at all these and we have a shift there too. So the shifts are right before the saddle area. These are the only shifts in the pipe that are major at all, that have any large offsets. That joint looks to be in good condition. All the rest of them coming back to the mainline cleanout are in decent condition. That's pretty even, got a minor offset to the left, but nothing at all. And that could have been when it was installed. You get little minor offsets. That joint looks good. That joint looks to be in good condition. That joint looks to be in good condition. That joint looks fine. That joint's in good condition. They're all in maintainable condition on the way back. That joint looks to be in fair condition. That joint looks to be in fair condition. That joint looks fine, even all the way around. That joint has a minor offset to the left side a little bit, but nothing terrible. And then we're coming back up and out of the mainline cleanout. We're going to wipe the camera lens off, and we're going to go back toward the building now, toward the restroom area, and we're just going to take a look at the cast iron. Cast iron, I believe, starts right here at the mainline cleanout once we enter. Okay, now we're running up the line, and we're running into the cast iron piping. You just have buildup in there. We could only hydrojet so much. There was a lot more buildup in there. And we've got it fairly clear. We can't get it as clean real close to the mainline cleanout because as we're pulling back, we have 4,500 psi water pressure, and that thing would blast right out of here and shoot up like a geyser. So we start getting a little bit cleaner as we go in. So far it doesn't look too bad. We had some humps in here. We tried to hydrojet it, and we don't want to overdo it because if we overdo it, we can cause a breach in the cast iron. We can cause holes to develop. A whole lot better than what it was, and we got it pretty clean at the bottom. There was a ton of buildup in here, which a whole lot cleaner now, which everything will flow from the bathrooms, from the bathroom this way. Have little fissure cracks at the bottom at about the 6, 7 o'clock area. They're small cracks at this point, which is not terrible. Over time, these smaller fissure cracks will get larger, like here. And that's part of it is the buildup still too. We're on the edge of the buildup. Some of it is in the pipe, and some of it is next to the buildup. And we got another wipe in there.
And that's since hydrogen.
That's since hydrojetting.
So
Yeah.
to murder people.
Yeah, that's since
I know,
hydrojetting.
like, you have signs now everywhere. And
Yeah, just. Okay, we're going to push in some more.
So you guys, just so because I know who we've had here.
Back on. Going back in. Got a little more buildup coming back in this way. We cleaned quite a bit of it, but we couldn't go any higher than what we were at for fear of causing an issue. Now we're getting to a point, we're back at the area where we've got a little bit of a belly in the line. We've cleared the majority of it out, but right in here we've got some buildup that we could not get cleared. The only way we get this cleared is with a picote tool with a chain. I don't know if the cast iron is strong enough to withstand the picote tool, because it may cause holes trying to break up this section. But this section's what's holding back a little tiny bit of water in here. It's not really a belly in the line. You've got like a dam right there. There's just a piece of debris in there, and that'll flush out eventually. The belly in here is not bad. It's only a couple feet, and a lot of it's just debris that's holding back a little bit of the water. We've got the majority of it out of here. As I said, you can't get it all, not without putting holes in the line. Now we got some fissure cracks going right down the middle a little bit in the cast iron, but again, not terrible. I've seen a whole lot worse. See it? Cracks going all the way down. Probably a seam, more than likely, in that area. But it's not something that I'd be too concerned about at this point. You got right there. It's running all the way down the bottom. It's going back toward the end of the pipe. Got a little crack going on there. Very small. No large openings of any type in the piping so far. A little chunk of debris there. Couldn't get out with the jetter. Holding back a little tiny bit of water, not terrible. It's holding back a lot of water. We were underwater before. A whole lot better than what it was. A little bit of debris there. Got an inlet here, a little bit of debris in that area.
So was that a Y?
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's a
maybe
Y
two
split.
toilets.
I think going off toward, I believe it would be which one on the left, the women's?
Yeah, we had two in that one
Yeah.
compartment, then another one on the back side
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
So that was the joint there.
Yeah. And that's the Y heading over toward the other bathroom. We should be going straight. You got a little bit of a crack in the bottom here. Again, not terrible. And here too as well. A little bit larger in that section of piping, but again, it's not opened up. We don't have any holes in the piping. A little bit of cracking there on the bottom. One there. Now we're splitting off to the two bathrooms in the back. And we can't hydrojet any further than that because we'll come up through the toilet.
Yeah.
We'll blast everything out. So that's where the two bathrooms are, all the way at the back. And everything's pretty clean to that point. Not terrible at all at this point.